we are back, the reprise of Christian Pierre, and last time it was COVID, and we were all covering food, and let's fast forward to like, wow, almost what?
4 years.
4 years later, and we are on the topic of anti-aging, and... Or what would you call it?
Biooptimization.
Yeah, optimal living, being a better version of yourself, which I'm pretty sure everybody isn't in line with that, especially after COVID. I feel like we went through a big period of like people wanting to improve their self, mental well-being.
And the advances, a lot of our advances in epigenetic testing and all the stuff we're going to talk about today came as a result of COVID.
Yeah, exactly. So most of you guys, if you guys know, I'm in the background of aesthetics, not just in the physical form of training and nutrition, but also aesthetics and medical spa, from everything to hormone replacement therapy, aesthetics in the face of skin tightening, anti-aging, facials, chemical peels, stuff like that. Sexual wellness. And then Christy, which is background as a nurse, she's going to tell her background in bio advancement, improvement.
Yeah, so now I'm focusing on biooptimization. Yeah, I am a nurse entrepreneur. And, you know, I kind of worked my way from the emergency room 20 years ago. Believe it or not, I'm dating myself there. To now fast forward and not focusing so much on fixing, you know, problems when they're already here.
Yeah.
You know, like emergent, okay, you have chronic illness. I don't want to say the word that I was about to say because, you know, that word. To preventing all those issues, and not just preventative medicine, but biooptimization, and that means like...
What is biooptimization?
Biooptimization could be, you know, things that we think are normal, like not sleeping, like sleeping well every night, waking up and feeling amazing, your skin glowing, your hair being shiny, your strength, living your life at that level. You know how people always say, oh my God, when I was like 21, I used to wake up, I drank all night, I was fine. That's biooptimization.
And it's crazy too, I was talking to friends, and I'm lucky enough to say, knock on wood, that I don't wake up with aches and pains. I fall asleep immediately. I don't wake up through the middle of the night unless there's some, like you said, we had a long, hard weekend and it's dragging my ass. But yeah, I have to say, and I have to benefit it too, outside of like just training, nutrition, which is the main, like I would say the huge stepping stone, but also opening the practice of medical field, I started getting more inclined into learning about everything for biooptimization. I did NAD, I did IVs that had glutathione, B12.
Yeah, you started adding all these new things into the mix.
Yeah, getting blood work done and seeing where my hormone levels are at and how to balance them, how to optimize them.
Your growth hormone levels. And adding peptides into the mix, and that's kind of like leads us to this whole like biooptimization program that's 6 months long. It's kind of like we've both been piecemealing, doing these things without having a specific structure, and that's what we're going to do now. We're going to like kind of do a test, which is the true diagnostic test. We're going to measure like basically your biological age, your chronological age, at what rate you're aging. There's like 75 epigenetic biomarkers, which will tell you.
Now, what is that? Now, for even me, that's what is epigenetic biomarkers?
So epigenetic is basically measuring the methylation or like little scar tissue that happens to your DNA through our lifestyle. Like something you mentioned a little while ago, you know what I'm saying? I attribute, you know, kind of sleeping well, feeling well to working out. We're gonna see that in that test. You know, like when I did mine, and you can see people who work out consistently, that's part of, in your case, we're going to talk less about that during the 6 months because you got that part covered. You know, but 80% of our epigenetic biomarkers improve by our lifestyle, like how we eat, how we work out, and then adding things like NAD, peptides, exosomes. You know, so you're going to see all those improve. We're going to take the test. We're going to do it a little bit.
So, let's backtrack a little bit. So right now, I'm going to be taking the epigenetic test. The epigenetic test is going to see everything that is wrong with me.
It's going to tell you at what rate you're aging. You know, like, you know, let's say you're alive for 30 years. You know, you could be aging at, you only can be 25 biologically, or
I'm
or
curious.
You could be 40, or you know that.
My age is 34. Ideally, I would like to be functioning at 25.
Me is already asking.
So
me
wait, you did the test. So what was your result?
So my telomere length was 34, and I'm 47.
Damn. That's
So
there you
want
go.
That. We want that. So, and then you can improve it.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, a lot of people are obviously, you know, there's a lot of research going on, you know, really reversing.
Yeah.
You know, but we are reversing it through, I guess, you know, peptides.
Yeah.
If you need hormone replacement, that's kind of outside of this, because we're going to see that in the blood work. We're actually just going to do the finger prick epigenetic testing,
Okay, so
which that's going to tell you your risk for death, your risk for chronic disease.
Oh, and I'm terrified of death. I do not like death.
But the good news is that's all kind of, I guess, preventable.
Yeah.
Right? You know,
Okay.
we can see.
So with everything, like, so after we do the testing and you're gonna do like the whole breakdown of what my treatment process is gonna be, is this only gonna be internally feeling good? Am I gonna see any external changes? Like, am I gonna look younger? Am I gonna,
I think
outside
you're gonna
of feeling younger?
I think you're gonna feel better, and you're gonna look better.
Okay,
But
and
it's
look
kind
better.
of almost like a.
Now,
is that even
I'm not
possible?
gonna,
Is that what
actually, I'm not gonna toot my own horn. I take very high pride in like working out very hard. Outside of like, let's be
training.
realistic. Yeah, like I work out to perform better. My background, I'm an athlete. Like I never want to lose that feeling of being able to be mobile and move around, wake up good. But let's be realistic too. I want to look good. Everybody wants to
So
look
I think
good.
you're gonna get both out of
Yeah.
this. So I think ideally your even abilities as an athlete will improve. You're gonna feel like you can do more.
Yeah, I want to be back on the track again because
Yeah.
my hamstrings get tight and start pulling it.
So you know we're gonna do your it's a finger prick for the epigenetic test.
Okay.
That's at the beginning of the 6 months, at the end of the 6 months, right? We're gonna do blood work. We're gonna do that at the beginning and then at 3 months.
Okay.
See how that's improving. We're going to do the NAD treatment. So you've done before, but we're gonna do them every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay.
Every
All right.
2
So
weeks.
let's do this. It's 6 weeks. I'm not gonna lie.
6 months.
Oh, six months. 6 months. So how strenuous is this process for me? Yeah, as being like, yeah, I'm very disciplined in the sense of I'm gonna follow everything I see be done, but at the same time, I am a guy. I like to keep it very like simple. Like, so is it gonna be something that I really need to be conscious of all the time? Is it something that I just need to come to you?
Every 2 weeks.
I just every 2 weeks just come to you. There's nothing outside of that I need to do.
I mean, yeah, come to me ideally. I mean, we could figure out going to people as well.
Okay.
Right? Because NADs can be 2 hours.
Okay.
Right? But we're going to take care of all those talking about, like, let's say you're wearing a Whoop, you're using a Lumen, looking at what that looks like and analyzing it, your body fat, things like that, everything we're going to fix and lifestyle-wise during the NAD treatment. 'Cause you're already there for 2 hours.
Okay.
Once every 2 weeks. So it's basically every 2 weeks. I need 2 hours.
Yeah. Okay.
But the trade-off is not.
Yeah.
Is a great.
Well, no, that's it. If it's every 2 weeks, that's nothing. I thought it was gonna be something like every day. You need to be taking this, doing that. Obviously, I'm gonna do my regular. Like, I'm very on top of my sleeping, my training, and everything like that. So, let's say it's somebody who like they do not do anything, like lack of a better word, like just a.
Yeah, they're just like completely not at all in tune with
like
their body.
they're
they're starting from ground zero.
Yeah, ground zero. Not very good diet. They probably have poor habits, the vaping, the smoking, so on and so forth.
So that when
So
we
I'm assuming
enroll-
they're gonna feel amazing. They're gonna feel like beyond, like next
yeah,
level.
next level,
Yeah.
next level improvement. If I had to guess, like that first 2 hours when we're doing that NAD treatment on the first day, I think theirs will be more about, I don't need to tell you how to eat.
Okay.
You know, but from that epigenetic test, we're going to be able to tell if caloric restriction, if you're a responder or a non-responder. So even people who are really in tune with their bodies, this is going to give you more information.
It's funny you say that because I don't know where I'm at as far as like my response rate. I know just standing alone, my metabolic rate is very high, so I do burn a lot just standing alone because of how much muscle mass I have. But I don't know if I am a responder to
Caloric
restriction, which like means eating as little as possible and be able to cut down, because the way I hold on to weight, like I can hold on to weight like my life depended on it, and I can starve myself, and it's just like, okay, you lost 2 pounds in 4 weeks or whatever it may be.
Right. So that's going to give us those pieces of information. And as far as the fitness, there's one of the reports that talks about your fitness results or your fitness report.
Yeah.
It will tell you like things, when someone looks at there, like, what is this? Like your gait speed, your strength, your VO2 max.
Yeah.
Like, how can you see that in your
Ooh,
DNA?
I wanna know my VO2
You can
max.
actually see it,
Yeah.
whether you're in the top 5% or the bottom. And then out of those 4 reports in your fitness test, you're like, well, I need to work on
I
my
am competitive
cardio.
as fuck, so I want to be in the top 3 percentile of each one.
So you can be like, I obviously need to start working on like HIIT, or I need to work on, like a steady state cardio, because you can tell where you're at.
It's funny, even within my training, I try to like hit every aspect. Like I'll do, you already know.
Let's see how well-rounded
I do,
you are,
I try to do like long distance runs. I do low intensity cardio, just walking. I'll do the HIIT.
Yeah,
I'll lift. I'll do Pilates.
You. Like it makes you a well-rounded fitness level.
Yeah.
Because if not, you can be really strong and you're bad at cardio. Or, you can be cardiovascularly fit and not strong.
Exactly.
But then I think when you're one and not the other, and you get injured, and you don't look that great.
Yeah, even training, I like the concept of being hybrid. Like I want to be a hybrid athlete, hybrid performer. Just like I can, adjust to any situation. Maybe not the best at everything, but like I'm at a high point I like to be at.
So that's so I guess we covered, and we didn't talk yet about the other like piece of the puzzle is the exosomes, which I'm really excited.
Okay, exosomes. Let's break that down, because I know that's like a very target topic that everybody's throwing around nowadays. Like, what are exosomes? Where do they come from? How can they be used? What's their purpose?
So one of the main, like I guess what they do when they're infused is they're like a major anti-inflammatory, because our body heals itself, right? And exosomes can come from your body, right? Like in your case, we're gonna draw the blood out, and we're gonna make exosomes from your blood.
Okay, so like PRP.
But like second generation PRP, because PRP has white blood cells, platelets, all this shit in there, and a little bit of exosomes, and that's where it gets its benefit from.
And PRP, just in case nobody knows, is platelet-rich plasma. So PRP, you draw the blood from your own body, put it in the centrifuge, you use the platelet-rich plasma that's on the top, and that's
typically... And then you bank on the little bit of exosomes that are in there.
Okay, so that I didn't know. So, and also too, like being in the medical industry, it's like, PRP is not everybody can benefit from their own PRP, because it's age dependent, how healthy you are, that determines how well the PRP is going to work. So what you're saying is that if you're using what we're just taking about, just like we took out the good part of the blood, we're taking out the good part of the PRP.
Exactly, only that.
And only that. So that means like full results.
And that is something that's new.
Okay.
Then we just kind of, I want to say a couple months. I remember them talking about.
And I've done PRP, so I'm down to see how. So wait.
There's also amniotic.
Okay.
There's exosomes that come from amniotic fluid when babies are born. That is controversial. There's a whole gray area, because exosomes. You're about to say it. I know you are. Like what it does is when people infuse them or take them and inhale them through nebulizer or whatever it is.
Can you inject exosomes into like face
skin?
And
well, people are doing it. So like subdermal, like for their hair. People are, because it gives that message to your cells.
Because actually, I'm doing a treatment now where it's being microneedled for like thinning hair.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So because what it does is it sends that inflammatory message, but overall, our bodies kind of lose its way, right? Like as we age, it starts getting damaged because of like, you will be able to tell them there, the telomere length, et cetera, like complicated. Like that I don't want to get lost in the shuffle. But the exosomes, they're going to basically give you more of them in your bloodstream. So it's going to give your body the message, hey, repair itself. Okay. Hey.
All right, so it's like the missing link in your, okay.
So that's why it's bio-optimization. Like a lot of times you get your blood work at your doctor's office. They'll be like, okay, this glucose level's okay. You're 90. It's under 100. Is that really okay?
So actually, speaking on that, like even blood work, like even at our office, and we would do blood work, they will go to their regular practitioner, and they'll come to us and be like, oh, my practitioner said my levels are good. And typically, when it comes specifically speaking on testosterone and hormone levels, they'll come back and saying they're at 100. If you know, testosterone levels at 100 is very low, and you're probably not going to feel the greatest. And their doctor will tell them they're okay. At our practice, obviously, in order for optimization, we kind of say the range would be higher. Let's say at a low point, higher than 200.
Oh, when you're 25 years old, 20 years old, you're not at 100, more than likely.
Yeah, when you're that age. Just to give you an example, when you're in your 20s to 30s, you're at 700 to 1,000 something.
Right. So some people are 1,300, 1,400. But it depends on the person. Right. Their genetics, but definitely, and a lot of people shouldn't have to live if we don't have to, with all those side effects that happen with things being unbalanced. Like HRT, that's why it's become so popular. You see it all over in ads. HRT is a piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
But we're going to do peptides.
Okay, peptides. What type of peptides? So I've done Simorlin as a
We're gonna
peptide.
do
Is it
that.
similar? Okay.
We're going to do Simorlin. We're going to do thymosin alpha.
Okay, I've never heard that, but all right, I'm
So
for it.
thymosin alpha for me has been a game changer, especially with the IVs. When I go do them on sick patients that have COVID and flu, I can lay on top of them and I don't get it. So it's like
also like immune, or
it's
like
an immune
extreme
booster.
immune booster. Okay.
Which, you know, a lot of people are like, well, I don't get sick. But one of the main things that people don't realize that your immune system is what protects everything, right? Including like, you start to see it in your skin, right? But like that's how people get cancer every day.
Yeah.
If I guess is the best way I could explain it. Your immune system, if it's strong, like fights it off, right? And what we're doing here is, I mean, this is going to put you at a whole other level that you're not kind of catching the common cold and the flu ideally when you get it. But that's why I think it's such a huge piece of the puzzle.
I think it's great too
biopsies.
because I travel so much and I feel like I'm exposed to so many things, especially, you know, going to a different country and stuff like that. So let's say even like what, because this year I'm really going to be doing countries that I'm going to be trying a lot of different foods. Is this going to protect me internally as far as I respond to? So my gut biome as well?
Would be healthier. Because that's another thing, a fad, it's not a fad, but a lot of people are kind of turning towards testing their gut biome.
Yeah.
I'm all for it, but I can tell you more than likely it's going to be off when your hormone levels are all, you know, unbalanced.
So would anything like prebiotics or probiotics, would that even help?
Yes.
In comparison to?
But not in comparison. If you fix all these things, a lot of times your gut biome falls into place. You know, there's other pieces of the puzzle, but I'm also going to add epitalin is another peptide. There's 3 peptides.
Yes?
Epitalin. That actually does help your skin.
Okay. All right. So actually, let's break down. Okay, these are my goals. I'm always skin. My skin's always running all around the place. I don't know if it's traveling, hormones, whatever. Skin, performance, like everything you mentioned, like VO2 max, all that
your
stuff.
Strength, your
my
grip
strength. So yeah, that's like my big one as well. And then I guess I'll say, does this help with? This is TMI. Does it help with sexual function? Like,
yeah, because vitality, I would say a lot of times when people, I mean, when you're sick, do you want to have sex?
Yeah.
Maybe,
okay.
but not all the time, right? So it's a measure of vitality. So your sexual health, when your health improves and is optimized, your sexual wellness obviously.
So pretty much, I'm going to be 18 years old by the time.
By the time is all over.
Miami watching me.
So yeah, so those are your goals, and that's part of like when we're doing all this testing, we'll write them down. These are your goals. We're obviously gonna have our markers that are your blood work markers, your epigenetic markers, I guess your body fat and your lean mass, because I know you've been working on getting rid of some. I'm still the opposite of everyone else.
Yeah.
But we'll have those markers so that people can look at it, you know, at the beginning what happened, at 3 months what happened, at 6 months what happened, but then also your subjective goals, sleep, sexual wellness, how you're feeling, what your skin looks like, all these sorts of things, you write them down. We're going to measure those subjectively
All right,
as well.
so we're going to gauge this whole thing. So today we're going to do the test. We're going to see, we're going to put in the labs and everything. I'm going to come back to you in the halfway point, 3-month mark.
Well, you're in a 2 weeks.
Well, I'm going to be every 2 weeks. I'm going to be seeing her, but we're going to come back and see where I'm at
3 months.
At 3 months, and then we'll see where I'm at after the 6 months, and
Yes.
then we'll let you know if I'm a vigorous 18 years old again.
And we'll see what your biological age, what your improvement, your rate of aging. Yeah, it's going to be really exciting.
All right, prick me. All right, so I've been pricked, I've been poked, and I've been bled. So all my blood is in this full circle. She drew my blood, and I'm ready to be a bio-enhanced legend.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see and share with you guys like what happens to people.
Yeah, but honestly, I'm really excited because I am always looking for the next best thing as far as improving my performance, improving my well-being, improving just everything. I feel like that's overall in life.
Bio-optimization.
Bio-optimization.